You are not poor because you don't earn enough. You are not poor because you don't make an effort. You are poor because you don't understand how money works. Think about it. Why do 90% of people live from paycheck to paycheck while others successfully build empires, invest, and enjoy life? Why do some people save money while others can't live to see their next paycheck? This question plagues millions of people, and I'm sure you've thought about it at least once. You know those who constantly complain about their finances but do nothing to change their situation. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? The secret is simple: financial habits. Without these habits, you won't be able to step outside your comfort zone and start building wealth. But there's good news. These mistakes are easy to avoid. In this video, I'll walk you through the mistakes that are killing your finances and holding you back from wealth. I'll show you how to get rid of the financial traps we set for ourselves. I'm confident that after this video, you'll be able to change your financial destiny. Are you ready? Then hang in there, it's going to be interesting. Mistakes that are killing your finances. You know the people who constantly complain about their lives. They say, "There's no money," or "It's impossible to make more money." Yet they keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Why does this happen? It's very simple. They don't realize that the biggest obstacle between them and wealth is their habits. The first mistake that destroys your finances is a lack of financial literacy. Have you ever wondered, why aren't we teaching kids in school about money management? Why aren't we taught how to invest, how to avoid debt, and how to manage our income? Because no one has taught us that. All we're given is a template to follow. Work a 9-to-5 job, get a paycheck, and live within our means. But it's time to go beyond that. Financial literacy isn't as complicated as we're presented with. It's not about how much you make. It's about how you manage your money. You can make tens of thousands of dollars a month, but if you don't know how to manage your income, you'll soon find yourself in debt. The second mistake that ruins millions of people is spending more than you earn. Many people live with the illusion that, when I earn more, I'll start saving, or I'll buy an apartment and a car, then I'll start investing. But this is a huge mistake. The more you earn, the more you spend. We've all heard of the vicious cycle. So here it is. You start earning more, and in return, your spending increases. Expensive food, new appliances, new trips. You'll never put money away if your expenses are always growing faster than your income. The third mistake is buying liabilities instead of assets. Do you know what an asset is? It's something that makes you money. And a liability? It's what goes out of your pocket. For example, you buy a car or expensive things that lose value and constantly require maintenance costs. That's a liability. But investing in stocks, real estate, or a business that will generate income is an asset. The mistake is that most people buy more liabilities, while rich people buy assets. They realize, the more assets you have, the more money comes to you. Why? Because assets work for you. They increase your income without your constant involvement. If you want to be rich, you need to change your approach to spending and investing. The fourth mistake is lack of investment knowledge. You're afraid to invest because you think it's risky. You see the news about a stock crash or market drop and you think investing isn't for you. But guess what? Not investing is much riskier. If you don't start investing, your money loses value due to inflation. Money you don't invest is doomed to depreciate in value, whereas proper investments increase your money every year. Do you want to miss the opportunity to make your money work for you? The fifth mistake is fear of debt. Many people think of debt as something bad. They think it is always harmful. But not all debt is the same. When you take out an education loan to get a qualification and improve your career prospects, that's good debt. When you take out a loan to buy things that lose value quickly, that's bad debt. It's important to understand the difference. Bad debt is the kind that doesn't earn you any income. And good debt is the kind that helps you earn more, such as a mortgage on a rental property. The difference is how you use the money. You can make money your friend, not your enemy, if you manage it properly. The sixth mistake is procrastination. Have you ever said to yourself, "I'll start saving money as soon as I have more"? This mistake is one of the most common, and it's what keeps people in poverty. Money doesn't wait. If you don't start saving and investing now, you never will. It will always be later. It's like working out at the gym. If you don't start working out with the first pound, you'll never lift 100. It's the same with money. If you don't start saving with your first dollar, you'll never save millions. Important point. Investing is not a matter of how much money you have. It's a matter of how you manage what you have. Taking the right money management habits with you means building a foundation of financial freedom from the start. Don't wait for an extra amount of money to show up. Start with what you have now. Even if it's only $10. The seventh mistake is lack of long-term planning. If you live today without a goal, without a plan for the future, you are missing a huge opportunity to build your wealth. Many people live in the now moment, doing only what they need to do now. But the true winners are those who think about tomorrow. Set 1, 5, and 10-year goals. Not just to be rich, but clear, measurable goals. How much money do you want to make? How many assets do you want to accumulate? How will you invest? Realizing that your wealth will not be built overnight, but only through consistent action and good decisions, will free you from stress and anxiety. You'll start working on your future right now instead of waiting for it to come on its own. The eighth mistake is ignoring the power of growth and time. Here's what's important to realize. Time works on your side when you invest. The earlier you start, the more time your investments have to grow. Remember, all the great billionaires started when their capital was small. They just realized that the earlier they started, the faster their money would start working for them. One of the most powerful ideas you must learn is the power of compound interest. If you don't start investing early, you're wasting years that could have added millions to your capital. Investing isn't just about money. It's about timing that makes your wealth immutable. The ninth mistake is lack of self-discipline. Have you ever lost money because you didn't stick to a plan? Or regretted spending money on things you didn't need? This happens when you don't have discipline. Self-discipline is what separates the rich from the poor. It is very important to develop a clear strategy for finances and then follow it. Don't spend on impulse buys, don't put off investments, and don't part with money without calculation. The more in control you are, the stronger you will be financially. The 10th mistake is lack of financial planning and tracking. Have you ever wondered how much money goes to waste when you don't keep track of your spending? How many discrete purchases are actually hurting your finances? Few people keep a clear record of their spending, but it's one of the simplest and most powerful habits that allows the rich to get even richer. When you don't track your spending, you don't realize where your income goes. And the worst part, you don't understand why you're living paycheck to paycheck, even if your income is quite high. Just as an athlete can't improve his performance if he doesn't keep track of his training, you can't increase your wealth without a financial plan. Create a financial plan. This isn't just make a list of expenses. It is a systematic approach. How to allocate money, how much to set aside for investments, how much to spend on life's necessities, and how much to allocate to your own development. Planning is the first step towards financial freedom. One of the most important aspects of planning is debt control. When you sit with debt, you're not just paying money. You're paying for your freedom and peace of mind. Debt is literally taking your future away from you. Without proper debt control, you'll always be financially trapped. Set a clear goal to get out of debt as soon as possible. This should be your first financial goal. If you're getting a paycheck but only paying interest on loans, you're not building your wealth. You're only keeping yourself afloat. But once you get out of debt, you'll have financial freedom and your money will start working for you. One of the most powerful secrets of rich people is to invest in your future. You can work your whole life making money, but if you're not investing in your personal growth and professional skills, you're just wasting your time maintaining your current standard of living. To keep growing, you need to invest in knowledge, courses, new skills that will help you get more and open new horizons. These investments will never go away. They will bring you income throughout your life. Self-development is always a profit. One of the most important pieces of advice I want to give. Don't try to take the path of least resistance. When you choose the path of least resistance, you're choosing to be in the masses, to be like everyone else. But the rich always go against the current. They choose the hard path because it leads to results. Be ready for efforts and difficulties. They will make you stronger. The most important thing you must realize is that wealth is not just about money. It is a lifestyle that is built on discipline, determination, and constant development. If you follow these principles, if you are willing to take steps that others don't, you will be among those who break patterns and achieve success. The 11th mistake is putting off your dreams for later. Have you ever said to yourself, "When I earn more, when I get to a stable income, I'll start investing"? All this someday later stuff is just a way to avoid taking action. If you keep putting off your dreams, you're not living, you're just existing. Think about how many times you've put off change, waiting for a better time. How many times have you said to yourself, "When I'm ready," but never took a single step? The best moment is right now. Start with what you have, even if you don't feel ready. When you start, you begin to change your reality. Everything you put off will keep coming back into your life until you take responsibility for your actions. By putting it off, you create the illusion that you have control, but really, you're just afraid of change. It's okay to be afraid, but if you don't take a step, you'll stay in the same place you were. The 12th mistake is not believing in yourself and your abilities. How often have you said to yourself, "I can't do this"? How often do you lose confidence that you can make a difference in your financial situation? These are all limiting beliefs that you've put in yourself. These beliefs keep you caged and prevent you from growing. But here's the paradox. If you don't start believing in yourself, no one else will believe in you. Rich people do not have superpowers. Their secret is that they are not afraid to take responsibility for their actions. They don't look for excuses why something doesn't work out. They believe in themselves, and action is what allows them to grow. You may think you need exceptional talent to succeed, but all it takes is belief in your own strength and a willingness to move forward despite challenges. Warren Buffett once said, "The most important thing you can do is to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you'll never be able to see the opportunities that are right in front of you. He who does not believe in himself will always stand still. He will not venture, he will not start investing, he will not develop. But when you start believing in your own strength, the doors of opportunity open. And the moment you turn the key, life begins to change." The 13th mistake is relying on only one strategy or source of income. Many people think you can make enough money just by working one job or investing in one stock. But wealthy people don't rely on just one strategy. They diversify their sources of income. Businesses, real estate, stocks, cryptocurrencies, projects. They know that if one source fails, they always have a backup. Relying on only one strategy is like walking a tightrope without a safety net. Today, you are on your feet, but tomorrow anything can happen. If one source of income starts to sag, you will find yourself in a crisis, and it should not be allowed to happen. The 14th mistake is to live without a budget. Many people live in the mode, "I will spend as much as I have." This is not just a mistake, it is a financial disaster. Without a budget, you will never be able to control your spending. You'll spend more than you earn, and you won't understand why your money is disappearing. If you don't control your money, it controls you. A budget shouldn't be something complicated. It should be as simple as 50-30-20. 50% for basic needs, 30% for personal pleasures, 20% for investments and savings. Make a plan, follow it, and you'll be surprised how much money you start saving and investing. The 15th mistake is giving in to fear of failure. Have you ever been afraid of losing money? Often people are afraid to invest or take risks because they are afraid of losing everything. They think every financial decision is a chance for failure. But guess what? Fear is the ultimate enemy of wealth. It paralyzes you, makes you sit still and not act. But all successful people know this. Failure is part of the journey. Warren Buffett and Elon Musk suffered more than 1 or 2 failures before they became what they are today. Failure teaches you how to do better. Every time you make a mistake, you gain valuable experience. And that experience makes you stronger and smarter. Fear of failure is an illusion. Because in reality, failure is the ladder you climb to success. If you don't try, you'll never know what you're capable of. So stop being afraid and start taking action. Because only those who take risks win. The 16th mistake is living in a debt hole. Once you start living on credit, you get into a vicious cycle. You start paying interest on loans, then you borrow money again to cover previous debts, and so on ad infinitum. This situation will keep you in financial slavery until you break the cycle. Debt is like chains that keep you in a place where you can't move forward. And until you get out of debt, your money will go to pay interest rates instead of investing in your future. The most important thing you can do right now is to start getting out of debt. Make that your first financial goal. Once you get out of debt, you'll be set free and have a strong growth momentum. The 17th mistake is living someone else's life instead of your own. Have you ever wondered why so many people make money but never become truly happy? It's because they pursue things that please others rather than themselves. They buy expensive cars to impress those around them. They spend money on things that have no value to them just because others do the same. If you want to be rich and happy, you need to realize the life you build should be yours. Spend your money on what makes you happy and what really matters to you, not on impressing others. True wealth comes not just from money, but from feeling like you are living your life, not other people's lives. The 18th mistake is not seizing opportunities. Every day, opportunities open up before you. New ways to earn money, opportunities for investment, new projects. But many people simply ignore them because they don't know how to take advantage of them. It's like sitting in an empty house when the door to a new world is open nearby. To become successful, you have to seize the moment. Wealthy people don't wait for perfect timing. They realize that opportunities don't last forever. Every chance is an opportunity that must be seized. Don't miss your chance. When you see an opportunity, act immediately. The 19th mistake is not creating assets, but buying liabilities. You may think that buying an expensive car or apartment is an investment. But if those things don't bring you income, they're just liabilities. Assets are things that bring you money, and liabilities are things that take money away from you. When you start to realize that buying a car that's losing value or expensive brands aren't assets, you'll be able to put your money in the right direction, into investments that will work for you. When your assets start making money, you are freed from having to work for a living. Everything you've done up to this point was just the beginning. You asked for change. You wanted more. You told yourself you wanted more money, more freedom, more opportunities. But the path you've just blazed is not easy. It's not going to be easy. There will be many temptations to go back, to be like everyone else, to look for excuses. But you know what? You already know the secret. You realize that wealth isn't an accident. It's a system. You know how to manage money properly, how to get rid of debt, how to build assets. You're already on the road to success. Now it's your job to stay on track. It's like being at the start of a marathon. You've taken the time to train, you've studied the route map, you've prepared, and now you see the finish line. Don't let anyone, not circumstances or your old beliefs, slow you down from running. Everything I've talked about won't matter if you don't start taking action right now. Only your actions can make your life what you want it to be. No one is going to come along and do it for you. Your money, your freedom, your life. It's all up to you and your decisions. You have to challenge everything you've been told. Challenge your fears, challenge your insecure self, challenge everything that's holding you back. You must take your destiny into your own hands and take action. And remember, every little effort, every little decision, every right investment, and every abandonment of old habits will add up to your success. It won't be fast, but eventually you'll be where you dreamed of being. They think every financial decision is a chance for failure. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for a better time. Now is the best time to start. Today is your first day on the road to wealth. Tomorrow will be too late. Today is your chance. And to solidify everything you've just learned, remember the words of one of the most successful people in the world. If you don't manage your money, money will manage you. Tony Robbins.